Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. My name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, New Zealand. And tonight we're going to make this real quick and easy card, but with a little twist. I actually saw this being made by a demonstrator in the States. And I'm going to say her name wrong, but Jamie Bacuzzi, I think her name is. So I thought, oh, that's a really cool card. So what I've done tonight is I've actually done some tone-on-tone stamping, but on the bottom of this, and then stamped on the front. And the card I'm going to do with you. Good evening, Alison. The card I'm going to do with you is I'm going to use DSP, so you can see how it looks with both pieces. So this is our card. So it opens up like that, and then like that. So nice and simple, not too stressful, but it's got a lovely. Yeah, I thought it was just quite cool for something different. So we're going to use fresh Freesia tonight, and let's start off with, we just use a standard card base, and we're going to cut our piece out of the card base. So to do that, I'm going to pop this in at 3 inches, and then I'm going to bring my blade over to the center of my card here, and I'm going to cut that off. Oh, Andrea, you're lovely for joining. Don't feel like, enjoy your family dinner. So we're taking the top part off there. All right. I think I did the same thing last time, but I might just trim that down and have yeah. So we're cutting off 3 inches there, and I've just made a mess of this because I didn't cut it properly on the score line because I wasn't close enough to see. So now it's a bit messy. Let's use my snips and tidy that up a bit, because it's made a mess where the score line is. Okay, so that is our card base, the start of it at least. Let me just get rid of rubbish. Okay, so that's our base, and then we're going to pop our piece in here, like so. Right, and then instead of stamping, I'm going to use some Designer Series paper. Actually, I do need that. We've got another piece of card which is 3 inches wide by 5.5 inches long. You can make this whatever size you want. If you want, so that's what I've done for this one. It just happened to be the size that I had. Yeah, you can make it whatever size you want, really. If you don't like this being so thick, if you don't like the white space there, you can make it wider. If you want to have like something down the side of your card so that you want to see more of that, you can make this piece smaller. It's entirely up to you. This piece here I've got is 5.5 inches, and this is my piece of, just make sure I've got the right piece that I'm measuring. My Designer Series paper is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So if we were to pop this on here, there's a up the top there, and that's about 3/4 of an inch. Hopefully that's what I've got right. So if I was to put that there, it's really just the spacing. It might actually be an inch now. Yeah. So I'm going to score at 1 inch. All right. So 5.5 by 2 3/4, scored at 1 inch, and then my designer series paper is going to pop in like that. I've been wanting to use this designer series paper for ages. It's in one of the packs that has a lot of sheets in it, but it's really quite pretty. But I just haven't got around to using it. So we're going to pop this one here with some glue. This is going to be a real quick card, I'm sure of it. I think the last one, when I was doing my sample, oh my gosh, come on. The longest part was the colouring in. So this one here, I actually coloured these. And this one here, I actually coloured them in. So that took a bit of time. This one, using DSP, nice quick card. Remember, we need to make sure that we still burnish all of our score marks, score lines. So we're going to do the same thing here. And then this one is going to go here. So let's pop that on. I think the sentiment is going to be the only stamping on this card tonight. And then if we've got time, maybe I could show you what I made today. If you're interested in that, I can show you my little, well, all day it was. It was an all day crafting. Celebrate you. The best is yet to come. Yeah, so I can show you the 6 cards that I made. If you would like to see them. Please do say hello if you're there. We're Alison and let's move that. Andrea watching. Thank you, ladies. All right, let's celebrate you and pop that on my oval. I've just punched it out quickly because I don't know. I thought it would be a good idea so that you're not sitting there wasting time. It was using the double oval. Yeah, it's from, I think, I'll have to find it, Alison. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called like something awesomely eclectic or something like that. Let me find it. Let me have a look. And now my internet's going to be slow. I think it's eclectic because it's so different. Yeah, it is delightfully eclectic. I'm just going to flip it up so you can have a look at the screen. So delightfully eclectic. It is one of the more expensive ones, but it does have 48 sheets. Is that right? Yeah, 48 sheets of 12 by 12. So then there's that design. That's the back. There's 26 pictures, so I'll quickly go through it. So you get 4 of each. That one I've used a bit, actually, and that one I've used a bit. Here's that. There's some more daisies. Lemons. That's that one. And then there's just some. Yeah, so that is the pack that it's come from. It's called Delightfully Eclectic. So it's really pretty. I think it's really pretty. And it's the first opportunity that I've had to use this one. And then I'm going to put on the inside, I'm using Dainty Delight. So this is the flower and this one here that I used on the previous card. yeah, so if you celebrate you, and the best is yet to come. So that I feel can be used for anything, including a birthday. So don't stamp there. Stamp off before we clean it. Okay, so before we put this inside, we're going to adhere this. So what we want to do is we want to center it in on our strip, like so, and it's going to get attached at the back. When I was watching Jamie do it, oh, the Poppy Parade one. The poppy one is lovely though, Alison. When I was watching Jamie do it, she actually just stuck it on the back here, but that annoyed me. So I've done it on the back of the insert. And if you have a really small border around the outside, it's not really that noticeable. So I'm going to flip it over and pop some glue on the back here. And center that. That looks pretty well centered. And we're going to pop that down like that. And because we're using glue, and just be a little bit patient and let it settle, adhere, whatever you want to call it. Oh, thank you, Alison. Yeah, I think it just finishes it. It's just a bit neater than the finishing, but that's just me. Yeah. So then I'm just going to pop glue all over the back there and line this up. So you can see that it's pretty close to lining up with the top of your card, doing it this way. Oops. And you could always do that if that's what you want, is line it up and then put your matching piece, the inside piece, down. So that's a little bit high at the top there with the white. But it's not as noticeable when you do it like that. So that goes like that. And then this goes together. Like so. And some of our favourite little dimensionals. Yeah, I'll put it in the middle. Get my tool. Alright, you could put it down there as well, and then that catches it, but I'm going to put it in the middle. And I want to make sure that I have one full flower. There we go. There we go. And there. Oh, wow. 15 minutes. Not even that long. And that is our card for tonight. Nice and quick. So it's a little bit different than your standard card, but a little bit of added interest for the recipient, which is always nice. I'll just put these away. And I will... Would you like to see the cards that I made today? I had like an 8-hour online crafting day. I think Andrea was the only one that's put up any cards, so we won't be doing a wheel draw tonight. But okay, so let me put those up here out of the way. So we start off quite, whoops, 1, 2, 3, was it? So this one here, I messed up my measurements. Well, I think I messed up my measurements. I should have gone over this way a little bit further, but that's okay. So then that slides up there like that. Isn't that sweet? Apart from it being a little bit lopsided, it's a little bit sweet. So that is card number 1, and then on the back is a panel for you to write on. Yes, I did, Alison, and some of them were a little bit tricky, but they had the they gave the measurements beforehand. So last night I cut everything out and got everything ready. So if I knew I wanted to use this, the bear, so I cut it out last night, as much of it as I could. But I still stamped and cut some today. So that was the first one. And then this is the second one, which doesn't really look like a lot, but it's a pop-out one. So I'll show you that like that. And then you can see that it's like a staggered, and this pops out underneath in here. So there's like a little pop-out, which is using that garden walk. I think that's the one that you got a share of, Alison, that paper. And I'm not the biggest fan of this colour, but it looks all right. So you can write your message there if you want to, or you could write it on the back. Okay. The next one is this one, which looks just like, you know, nothing out there. But it is that, and then you open it up and you've got this lovely inside piece, and then you've got space to write. So that is using one of the Christmas stamps and some blends markers. I thought that was really sweet. It looks like a double open card. Then the next one was this one, which is very cute. So I'll just try and, what have I done? Oh, there's a post-it note on the back, Kelley. So that one, and then you open it and you end up with that, and it has this little effect. So it has, yeah, and so that's very sparkly. It's got lots of metallic paper with it, but that one was really sweet, really easy, this one. It was a lot easier than I expected it to be. That was just the putting together that was a little bit more time consuming. So that one was the fourth one. Now these two I kind of had to finish in the break. I didn't get them finished. This is a larger card. It's a 5x7 card. So in comparison to the matting is our normal size card. So this is using the Earth and Textures Designer Series paper and stamp set and dies. And then that opens up to that. We just have some, so it's a double pop out door. I think we've done one where it's just been one side that it pops up, but this one has both sides that pop up. And so this is using the Earth and Textures Designer Series paper, some copper foil, and the dies. And I just cut out that and glued it onto the bottom so that you can write in there. So that is the second to last one that we did. And then this is the last one. Now this is quite bulky. It's a 6x6 card. And it is basically, I don't have the stamp set, so part of it was doing some stamping and part of it was using the Designer Series paper. So I've just used Designer Series paper. And so if I stand it up like that, you can see that it's a 4-layer concertina card with all the little different shops and houses on there, and the paved road. And then if you turn it over, that is the back. And then you've got somewhere to write inside there. Still giving it privacy if you wanted to write a special message in there. And it stands up all by itself. So that's a really cool one. All very cool. It was a great day. I highly recommend. It is, I guess, it was $45 American, US dollars. So it was about $76, I think, New Zealand. But thank you, Alison. But you get the tutorials and everything that go with it. So I can go back and look at the tutorials anytime I want to, or the videos if I want to remake any of the cards. I can't share them or share the tutorials, but yeah. So I was pretty stoked actually with those cards today. All right, so back to these. If you give this a go, I'd love for you to post it on my page. I'll take a photo. I might take one open and one, actually, I'll open this one. One open, one closed, maybe. And pop it on my page. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, and I will see you all on Wednesday. I should be all up to date with my stuff on Wednesday, so I shouldn't need to cancel. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you have a lovely start to your week, and I'll see you Wednesday night. Bye for now.